Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is for you today uh, for the latest installment of the Mega Man 10 80% tournament here on Speed Gaming. Today we have a round 3 matchup in this double elimination tournament between the 2-seed Ajarmar and the 7-seed Polytopes, which should be a very good match today between these two players. Be very exciting. Ajarmar comes in with a PB of 34.21 and Polytopes comes in with a PB of 35.31. So pretty close in terms of skill set between these runners, and yeah, it's going to be very intense. The winner will play the 3-seed Yumiao, and the loser will go down to play. We'll play the 16-seed Siberian Bowl. So should be a very good match. Runners have been given the go-ahead, so see how they fare. The early stages have been decisive in a couple of matches I've done comms for. We'll see if that trend continues here today. Between these two runners, they will be leading off with Pump Man. The route will not change for either runner. Both of them are very well versed in the Mega Man 10 specifics, so it'll come down to execution and very likely an unforced error or two. The runner who makes a small mistake here or there that leads to a death or force them to work to the backup strats that could end up swinging the race in either direction. So we shall see. Alright, here we go. Both runners playing it pretty much the same so far in the early goings here, using the water physics and the force of the gravity to their advantage, and also trying to avoid taking anything that's going to slow them down. Ajarmar actually helping himself to the extra life there, having a little trouble with the water physics. Both of them do pick up the E-Tank, which could be useful as an emergency later on, though both runners are probably pretty well versed in anything that'll keep this from happening. But though Pump Man, because of his shield, could cause some problems for our runners here. And Polytopes actually has a slightly better health situation than Ajarmar. Jar is already down to like a couple hits, and now he's going to have to actually go for that E-Tank. And Polytopes just finished off Pump Man, so the E-Tank comes in handy here for Ajarmar, but he's going to be down a little bit after one Robot Master, as Polytopes is out of here at 214. So, yeah, about a 10-second difference here already between the runners going into the next stage. Will be a Solar Man. So, yeah, so it might not seem like a lot, but you know that those little things do add up, and you know Ajarmar does have a 1 minute, it's better by a minute in terms of PB, so you know a minute worth of optimizations and good RNG on his side certainly, but Ajarmar getting thrown off the platform there, so again more time lost here in the early goings here as Polytopes is playing a very clean run so far, and really just doing what he knows how to do. Jarmar is going to have to catch up a little bit here and hope for some good RNG and some just better overall execution here in this early goings here. But you know, got at least 30 minutes, 35 minutes of gaming left, so a lot of moving parts to contend with, but and it has been a kind of a slight struggle for the 2 seed here in the early goings. Alright, Polly is on to Solar Man, and Ajarmar having to make a pit stop for some health because he was down to like less than a quarter. And Polytopes just spamming the water shield to take out Solar Man as quickly as possible there. So a nice fight for Polytopes. See if Ajarmar can get the same thing going for him. Poly exits at 452. Ajarmar just getting started here. Oh, nice, very nice final shot there by Ajarmar to take care of business. So he's got 2 down. Chill Man underway for Polytopes, but yeah, a good start for Polytopes. Ajarmar is almost 30 seconds back already, 2 Robot Masters in, so you know, interesting to see how he responds here and what he's going to do. And obviously, again, lots of games to be played, but you know, we'll see how he responds. He knows he has the better PB, but at the same time, you know, these are not. It's not the start he had envisioned, obviously. So, Chillman, you know, because of the ice physics, can cause problems for runners. If you're not careful, you can, you know, press the wrong input, and all of a sudden you're done. So, not something to take for granted. Very nice platforming there by Polytopes, just really weaving in and out from the through the enemies, and just really very clean movement overall as he now enters Chillman's boss arena. Trying to avoid getting frozen there, got froze once, ran out of ammo, or didn't run out of ammo, he's just switching. But nice fight by Polytopes there, as Ajarmar is about to enter the boss fight with Chillman. So Poly is out at about 7:16. Very nice. A good fight from Ajarmar. I think he avoided getting frozen there, so I had some slight hiccups with this video, but we'll see if he quickly gained a little bit of time back there. And yeah, he's gained about 3 or 4 seconds there, so a good first step for Ajarmar after kind of a rough start there. We had the Nitro Man and the 4th Robot Master, which they will get Rush Jet after this fight. That's preordained after 4 Robot Masters, regardless of which one you defeat 4th. You get Rush Jets, so the route has been designed to take advantage of that. Nice. Polytopes got the 2 trucks to run into each other. That's kind of fun. Now Polly's going to ride this truck going left to right rather than right to left to get a quick exit. Ajarmar just using the chill weapon. He also will... Oh! Got hit there. Not quite as clean. It's unfortunate, but... Have the final truck ride, ride the front. All right. All right. So Polly is about to head into the 4th Robot Master, just under, should be done with under 10 minutes, which is a pretty good time. With this boss, though, the main thing is you want him to kind of run into the spikes rather than directly hit him with the weapon. And had a kind of a rough go of it at first, but managed to finish him off. So. Got about a boss fight difference right now between the runners. Polly is out at 9:48. Good RNG there for Ajarmar, and very quick fight for Ajarmar. That's kind of the sign you might have been looking for. Try and get some time back, and he will gain another couple of seconds. There's about 21 seconds back. At the halfway point of the Robot Masters, so a little bit at a time here. So Polly, playing very solidly, very consistently. See if that holds for now. But we have the Commando Man, the 5th Robot Master, where Rush Jet is going to get plenty of utility. Right, the sandstorm here. Pretty straightforward platforming. Just gotta be a little careful how you handle it, otherwise nothing too dangerous. You use that wheel cutter as a way to manipulate and ride up these platforms here, and really take advantage of it. They're going to be using that plenty throughout the run. Particularly in the wily stages. Alright, so Rush Jet now is going to get an appearance here as Polly's just going to ride through the sandstorm, right over the sandstorm, kind of not unlike what you do in Mega Man 3 in the needle, in the Dark Needle stage. Actually, and Rush Jet again just going to be used here to take care of that, and now we're on to Commando Man, the 5th of 8 Robot Masters here. Very quick fight, nothing too difficult. And again, that boss fight remains the difference. Polly's finishing as Ajarmar is entering. It was about a 12-19 exit for Polytopes. About a 22-second difference, so about even through 5. And then we had the Blade Man. Polytopes kind of given a lot of the weapons here a bit of a workout in this stage, and you know, everything from wheel to chill, and they're all getting plenty of work here, which is a testament, I think, to good game design. And Rush Jet, just because on virtue of being faster, is going to get plenty of work here in this stage. Probably just playing it as close to the spikes as he can without actually taking any damage, and he gets through clean. Alright. So he enters at 14-16. Main thing with Blade Man, you want to get him on the damage radius on these attacks. And very good fight for Polytopes there. Very good RNG. And Ajarmar getting the same deal there. So two very quick fights against Blade Man. At 6 down. I just have Strike Man and Sheep Man remaining. Polytopes gets an extra life there. Won't be needed, but always nice to have. Ooh, Poly having a little trouble there, getting off the ladder. Gets into a mini boss fight. Good fight for Ajarmar. Not quite as quick as Polytopes, but still solid. Right, second fight. A little harder than the first. Okay, good fight. Nicely done. Polytopes kind of taking a beating there, getting out of there. Able to push through. Rush Jet. Skips some of the nonsense here. A little bit of backward swag there by Polytopes going into the boss arena. And Strike Man. Wow, very nice by Polytopes. Ajarmar didn't use Rush Jet there. He just went normally, and I'll be taking on Strike Man. Poly closes out at 17-22. Due to the freezing, I can't quite get an exact estimate, exact time on Ajarmar when he noped out of there. I'd say it's still probably about a 22 to 25 second difference. eighth Robot Master, Sheepman. Okay, Ajarmar is back. Looks like he still remains a couple of screen transitions behind on polytopes, so just about finished here with Sheepman stage. Rush Jet's just allowing Poly to avoid Roku blocks, because we don't have time for those. Alright, so he enters 1939. Ajarmar getting a little bit of help from the Roku blocks there, covering his landing. So, very nice by Polytopes. He finishes off the 8th Robot Master in 1954. Really good time. Really good time. Ajarmar just about to enter. Takes him out at 2017, so 23 seconds separating these runners in this round 3 match. Very good play by both sides. The real difference has been Ajarmar's slow start in the first 2 Robot Masters. Poly has held serve throughout as a result. So while we wait, do be sure to give our runners a follow today. Some very fine Mega Man 10 action here. And you can give me Pro-A007 a follow as well if you like, but do start with our runners. They're the ones putting on the show today, and what a show it's been so far. Some excellent play from 2 top 10 players in this tournament. Really demonstrating their knowledge of the game and their skill as players. We enter the Wily stages, which Wily 1 has the fun idea of taking a Robot Master from the first 9 games, and it's a very good idea, and one that works because of the level structure and how they designed it. So a very good idea, I think. All right, so he's going to take the right route here. Ajarmar takes care of the 1 to 3 Robot Masters. Probably cutting it a little close there with the timers, but gets through as he takes on the 4 to 6 Robot Masters. Timing got a little crossed there, but bounces back sufficiently and finishes them off. But see if Ajarmar has a slightly cleaner run against the 4 to 6. Looks like he does, so he'll get a little time on Polytopes here. Close to get a Wily 1, and what Wily stage, the knockback might have like a little cause for concern there, but Polytopes bounces back sufficiently. But anyway, you know, need a wall of spikes somewhere in a Wily stage. Just wouldn't be the same otherwise. Another extra life for Polytopes. He's not getting any shortage of those. I think that's his third or second, or at least his second, maybe his third. I think I might have missed one somewhere. Alright. Final fight with Wily, 7 to 9 Robot Masters. Very nice fight by Polytopes. So he closes out at 24-16. But Ajarmar has gained some ground here. It's a slightly cleaner boss fights. And so he's now only 12 seconds back going into Wily 2. So that 1 minute PB, you know, the Wily stages, you know, are often where you start to see those gaps start to narrow significantly, because they're just able to execute just a little better on some of these nasty platform bits. But Wily 2 has been decisive in this tournament so far in a couple of races. We'll see how this goes here, but good mini boss fight from Polytopes is out of 25-10. So these pistons, got to be careful. That's instant death if they get you. So, you know, we'll see if they go for broke here on some of this. If Ajarmar did. Yeah, so Ajarmar is catching up. He played very well in the Wily stages, really making up for some of that lost time. And you know, we still got the refights, and Wily is always dangerous. So we shall see how this plays. But it's getting really close, really fast here. Polytopes wait on the pistons. Ajarmar is not. He's going for it. And again, chipping away at that lead. And now we come to the Wily 2 fight. Wily was practicing this fight before the start of the match, so we'll see if he gets anything out of this. Very. Okay, so Ajarmar having a little trouble there at the end. At 58 exit for Polytopes. Ajarmar exits at 27:08, so 10 seconds between the runners. We got some crappy chat. You know, wear it proud, that's what I say. Wily 3 has kind of got an auto-scroller element to it with this moving platform. So, you know, kind of a slight variation on the tried and true formula. Nice little bit of timing there by Polytopes, didn't rush yet, and then getting it onto the platform before it closed the distance. Ajarmar taking a slightly different approach to that. is worth noting, Ajarmar did use his M-Tank. I don't believe Polytopes has yet. If he did, I missed it. Someone check it. Correct me on that, but no, Ajarmar did. Nice combo of Rush Coil and the wheel to get through. Okay, kind of damage boosts his way out of that one. Alright, so on to the Wily 3 fight. The structure of this fight will be familiar to those who played Mega Man 2 in the past with the moving platforms. So again, they're going to try and use Strike Man's ability to make quick work of the boss, and Polytope certainly does. So he'll be closing out of here at 29:56. Ajarmar had a little trouble of finishing the job, so we'll lose a little bit of time here as we head to the refights. He's out at 30:12, so 16 seconds. So it's never been more or less, I think, than 30 seconds throughout this stage, throughout this match. Polytopes has held very strong. Beating pretty much wire to wire here as we now head to the refights. Ajarmar having a little trouble with Rush Jet there going up the ladder. So now we're going to lead off with Nitro Man for Poly. It's still better than this first fight where he had a little bit of trouble there. Ajarmar is going to start off with Strike Man. Oh, he ran out. He's going to have to use his M-Tank. So he held off on that for a while. This is going to cost him some time. Ajarmar dealing with Pump Man. Okay, probably finishes the job, but so yeah. So now they're about even. Both on their third Robot Master. Poly taking on Blade Man, Ajarmar taking on Commando Man. Commando Man is gone. Not quite as clean as the first time, so Ajarmar probably is in the lead right now. Won't be able to tell for sure until I actually get into the Ajarmar having his own trouble. He ran out of ammo to deal with Sheep Man, so that swings it back in the other direction. Now Polytopes' turn to take on Sheep Man. Much quicker fight. Really good. Yep, there it is. So that's 5 for Polytopes. I think this is number 6 for Ajarmar. Commando Man, very nice fight by Ajarmar against Blade Man. Now taking on Chill Man. This is going to be close, folks. This is really okay. Ajarmar gets caught up there. He gets caught again. Pump Man giving Polytopes some trouble here. Finally finishes him off. All right. Number 8. So Strike Man and Nitro Man. Okay. Ajarmar is the first one out at 33:05, so he is in the lead. And Polytopes not getting nearly as nice a fight the second time around with Strike Man. All right, so Wily 4 fight. Alright, so phase 1 done for Poly. Ajarmar just finished off phase 2. Very nice fight. Ajarmar is going to be out of here. It's the endless elevator. 33-46, I think. So Ajarmar, it's going to be close. Will Wily be the difference? It's a 15-second gap between the runners. Poly is actually opting to use Rush Jet here to get through this opening section. Ajarmar just platformed his way through. Oh no. Those little details starting to add up here as Ajarmar is about to enter the final fight with Wily. Polytopes still behind here. It's close to Polytopes' PB, which is 35-31. He's going to come up a little short here on that front, but good RNG to start for Ajarmar. Really good RNG. Oh, 2 cycles that. So Ajarmar closes it out with a come-from-behind win, finishing with an official race time of 35:19. GG's. So, terrific play from both runners here. It's really good RNG for Ajarmar to finish it off, and Ajarmar probably having a little trouble kind of getting a rhythm here and with Wily. Okay, that should do it. Okay, there it is. So Polytopes finishes with an official race time of 36 minutes on the nose. So get out your GGs for both of these runners. Terrific play by both sides. And we are joined by the winner of today's race, Ajarmar, to the chat. GG.
Thanks.
So, kind of a slow start for you, with those early Robot Master stages. Was that just nerves, or was it just things just not clicking execution-wise?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of nerves. I've been out of it, out of speedrunning this game for a while, and I think, I've done a lot of practice recently, but I think sometimes what I've noticed is that I tend to sometimes I mistrust my muscle memory. And usually that is a mistake. I should just trust it and go for it. But sometimes that happens.
Yeah, so you kind of had a slow start there, and Poly led pretty much for about 85% of the race, but then you were able to catch up in the Wily stages. Were you pleased with your performance in the Wily stages?
Yeah, I think, pretty much. I wouldn't have any real complaints. On the Block Devil in Wily 3, I kind of messed up. And it was pretty slow, but other than that, I was happy with my Wily stages.
Yeah, and we welcome Polytopes to the chat. GG. Getting caught up with his mic. So it's like, so you said overall. Not trusting your muscle memory and all of that. Is there in those early stages, once you kind of got into that rhythm, were you feeling pretty good after those first couple of stages where it's like nothing seemed to go right?
Yeah, I think. No, go ahead.
I would say, was there a moment where it felt like, okay, now I've got a handle on this?
I would say Pump and Solar were like the only ones that were real disasters, and then I made some minor, pretty stupid mistakes in Chill and Nitro. Then I had I would say almost perfect Commando, and at that point I felt like more all right.
It was it was mostly about 20 to 25 seconds throughout, so nobody was really gaining advantage after that early setup. But it's like tell you like you were really kind of clicking, as you say, Commando to Sheep was very good for you. Polly, are you with us?
He was saying something in the chat that he can't make his mic work.
Oh. Okay, so Polly, unfortunately, having some technical difficulties. We've all been there, I'm afraid, but still, nonetheless, GG to Polytopes, a terrific performance on his part, playing very consistently throughout. Really didn't make any outright mistakes. I think just some better RNG and some better execution on your part, Ajarmar, in the final stages proved to be the difference overall. So now you get to go on to play a Yumiao in 4. Some thoughts on that?
Yumiao is a very good runner, and I think it's really getting into the really exciting races in the tournament, I think, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. And Polytopes is not done. This is a double elimination tournament, so Polytopes will be heading down to the bonus bracket, and we'll play a Siberian Bowl in a winner-go-home match in the 3rd round of that. So keep an eye out for that. That should be a really good one between those two runners. Any final thoughts?
No, I'm glad to be playing Mega Man 10, and I hope everyone is enjoying the tournament.
As always, always a good time watching some Mega Man action. We do have another match on the schedule for today on SpeedGaming 2 at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have New versus Fly, which should be another very good match. And on Wednesday, we have an early match, 8 a.m. Eastern, Working 34 versus Sauron. So lots of Mega Man 10 still on the horizon here. So if you enjoyed this, keep an eye out for that. And again, if you enjoyed today's match, give our runners a follow. Definitely well-deserved. And you can give me Pro8007 a follow as well. But GG's once again to both of our runners, and we'll hopefully see you all tonight for more Mega Man 10 action. Should be a good one. So have a good one, all.